Hey guys, pretty much since the beginning of YouTube, there's always been one genre that almost everyone can agree is the most hated. Prank channels. Or as their creators have tried to market themselves in recent years to minimal success, purveyors of social experiments.
These are scientists we're talking about.
Yeah, they got beakers and everything when they're doing these pranks. Now to be clear, we're not talking about the pranks where everyone's laughing at the end, or the obviously fake ones where some weirdo hires people from Craigslist and then passionately makes out with them. Although those are terrible for multiple different reasons. It's porn for teens. Today we're talking about the channels who saw huge success in ruining someone's day by being a complete dick to them for no reason other than getting an intense, angry reaction and thereby allowing a very specific type of audience to laugh at the victim.
YouTube used to be filled with very big, very successful channels that pulled these kinds of pranks, and luckily, they've mostly died down. Or just started faking everything as they attempt to top themselves with each upload. Still though, there are people out there being complete assholes, sometimes committing actual crimes, and then going ahead and uploading that to youtube.com for the whole world to see without any shame. This week, one prank channel, which goes by the name Reset, finally got what was coming to them because it turns out, oops, he broke the law by being a horrible, horrible person.
That's basically what the law indicates too. It's a bad person law, I guess.
Yeah, you're a dick. And regardless of what YouTube, the company, thinks about the situation, probably nothing at all. A judge has ordered his channel erased, and he'll be banned from the platform for at least 5 years. Is this the first time this has ever been explicitly dictated by a judge?
Well,
no YouTube.
Probably because you know YouTube would they're probably going to fight this in court and be like, oh, whoa.
Well, you're fucking with our engagement.
You're taking money out of our pockets?
Listen, we need all the content we can get.
Quality
be damned.
Google's just so sick and tired of Europe right now. Now, to quickly bring you up to speed, the Reset channel was run by a guy named Kanghua Ren, who's based out of Barcelona, Spain. The video that finally did him in was from 2017, and it showed Ren filling a bunch of Oreo cookies with toothpaste, packaging them back up, and then giving them to a homeless man in an attempt to, quote-unquote, clean him up. And he even said at one point in the now-deleted video, maybe I've gone a bit far. But look at the positive side. This will help him clean his teeth. I think he hasn't cleaned them since he became poor. YouTubers are
just layers upon layers of things wrong with that statement.
If we know anything about YouTube pranksters, it's that empathy is their #1 trait.
Yeah, they prank out of love.
Yeah,
and you know,
to send a message.
You might help the homeless by donating to local food kitchens or by giving your loose change to them. But that's amateur shit. The real way you help homeless people is by hiding toothpaste in things that they think are food to trick them into brushing their teeth.
Question mark?
Because that's how toothpaste works.
So the homeless man proceeded to vomit, and now
his teeth were too clean.
Now Reset is the one who gets to see his day and foreseeable future ruined because after being charged with, quote, a crime against moral integrity, this past week a judge handed down their ruling on the case, and Ren got a 15-month prison sentence, a $22,000 fine. This is all in addition to having to completely delete his YouTube channel, and he'll be banned from creating a new account on the platform for the next 5 years.
Wow.
Something I'm sure he'll take very seriously.
That is a new high score.
The problem here, though, is that he's, probably not going to serve any actual time in prison because local reporting states that the sentence won't be carried out because he had no prior criminal history.
Anyway,
also,
fuck that guy.
Apparently, he tried to bribe he found out who the homeless guy's family was and tried to bribe them into not talking to attorneys or something like that.
Wow, seems like a real gem. A real, it's going to be a shame not having him out on the street helping homeless anymore.
How are we going to know what the result of the social experiments are if we can't conduct them?
Yeah, you're really fucking up our research.
Yes. Speaking of research.
Yeah, in other morally questionable news today, according to a recent report from the Washington Post, a medicine developed by the drug company Pfizer that was used to treat arthritis was apparently fairly successful at reducing the risk of Alzheimer's disease. But the company decided not to pursue research and trials into the potentially beneficial effects, despite being urged to do so by researchers from within the company. There's no money in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Per the reporting, internal researchers suggested that the drug, Enbrel, was reducing the risk of the debilitating disease Alzheimer's by 64%.
Yeah.
Seems like something worth looking into.
At least a cursory look.
I mean, odds are, if you're old enough to be getting Alzheimer's, you're also old enough to probably have some joints that aren't moving too good. Two birds with one stone.
The secret is getting arthritis early by playing nothing but computer games. And it keeps the mind sharp, too.
That's what I do.
Now gamers should look into it.
Yeah.
Now, this whole study, it would have reportedly cost Pfizer around $80 million if they wanted to conduct the research the way that they should.
Peanuts for them.
True, but they told the Post that they decided not to pursue the trial because its success would likely be low, and that the drug that this was all based on was coming to a close as far as its becoming generic.
Oh, yeah.
So they wouldn't, its patent was running up. They wouldn't be able to successfully profit off of it if it was shown to prevent Alzheimer's.
So you're telling me that a private for-profit pharmaceutical company who was within grasp of a monumental, groundbreaking drug in the
one
war
that
on
they accidentally
Alzheimer's,
stumbled upon.
just within reach, decided not to pursue it because it wasn't in their best financial interest to do so? That's weird.
It's so strange.
Huh.
Anyways, at the very least,
But hey, marketplace, baby.
At the very least, they could have provided the scientific community with the data that researchers had compiled relating to the other benefits. But that would have been nice, right? But they didn't do that
What's
either.
in it for me?
They didn't do that
What's
either.
in it for Pfizer?
And one professor of clinical and biomedical ethics from the UK added this: having acquired the knowledge, refusing to disclose it to those who might act upon it hides a potential benefit and thereby wrongs and probably harms those at risk of developing Alzheimer's by impending research. Impeding research, sorry.
I fucking hate this so much because there is like a fairly popular conspiracy theory among the more conspiracy-minded people. They're like, yeah, medicine's already cured all the diseases. The doctors just won't do it because then they wouldn't make money. And it's like, you're wrong about the doctors.
Yeah.
The pharmaceutical companies, you're kind of right.
Yeah.
And it sucks that that's the case.
I mean, there's a lot of decent barriers in getting a drug to market, and
Sure,
that's
it's a lot of work, and it should
potentially
be
a good thing. But also, providing if they stumbled upon this and like, our patent's up anyway, we're not gonna make any money off of this. We should, at the very least, provide all of our internal research to people that can then take it over and better society.
Yeah, it's as if their interests are purely financial and not actually for the greater good in medicine, the industry that they are in.
All they gotta do is change a couple chemicals and rebrand it, and then get a new patent, and then they can make the money off of it. Though. I don't know. I don't know anything about developing
Add some
drugs,
vanilla
so.
flavor. It's a whole new product. Anyway, let's move on now to some lighter fare, because at least some companies out there are putting their names on the line in order to potentially improve your health and your life in general by finally convincing you to shower. Gamers, rinse up.
The new slogan. It's time, gamers. Rinse up.
Axe, please hire us.
Yeah,
it's time to clean that disgusting, hideous, stinky body of yours. And finally, there's a product made for you, not normies. It's Xbox Body Wash.
Yeah.
Now, when you walk into a room full of other humans, now you can do that with confidence, as they take one whiff of you and exclaim, "Damn, he smells like a freshly unsealed Xbox One."
Oh, right when you're peeling that first layer of protective plastic off, you just...
Well, okay, maybe not exactly like that.
No.
I'm almost certainly not like that,
No.
which sucks. But according to the press release, this extreme body cleanser and deodorizing spray, which is just for gamers, sounds like it'll make you smell like a freshly cracked open can of Mountain Dew, which is obviously the next best thing.
Yeah.
Although, if you've been spilling Mountain Dew on your clothes and then not changing for days at a time,
Oh, it goes bad. It's not the same. Plus, it reduces the stickiness, is the thing.
Yes.
But I think we're onto something here. We need to develop something that smells like fresh plastic, comparative to the new car smell.
Yeah.
For human trials.
And some like pumice soap, the soap that has those little little sand in it, but make the sand like Doritos flavored or like Cheetos flavored.
Oh,
so it's like
I
Cheetos
noticed.
dust.
Oh, are we having buffalo wings? Oh no, that's just my Doritos Cool Ranch hand soap.
Yeah.
You must be mistaken. Anyways, this product, it's called Lynx Xbox. And yes, you're correct. It's literally from the makers of Axe body spray.
Yeah.
Lynx Xbox is, quote, a fresh scent of pulsing green citrus, featuring top notes of kaffir lime and winter lemon, aromatic herbal middle notes of mint and sage, and woody bottom notes of patchouli and clearwood.
As a true connoisseur, I rate this body wash a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, they mixed all of the smells together, and they just saw what came out of it, and it was toxic green. It's, to be fair, a pretty elegant description.
More elegant than it probably deserves.
You had me until you started reading all the smells.
Yeah.
In a statement from one of their reps, the pitch for the product reads as follows. We see Xbox fans achieve incredible things every day, and we wanted to celebrate that elevated skill, passion, and determination by creating something truly special. Now, powering up can be as simple as a quick spray before you head out the door.
No, you should actually like bathe and do all the rest of the hygiene stuff too.
Yeah.
Because this is something a lot of the sort of NEET folks out there, in lieu of bathing, they'll spray the Axe on them and be like, all done.
Yeah, it's like
it doesn't work that way.
In middle school where everyone stinks because they refuse to take showers and just spray Axe body spray on in the locker room.
I'm not taking a shower after gym until these pubes come in.
Yeah, exactly. Why do the other kids get it first? The problem that they need to solve here is that they've done a good job of at least it's not just the body spray. They've included the shower gel.
Yeah.
And now they need to take
the
things
full suite.
Steps further and do laundry detergent.
Yeah.
Extreme laundry detergent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, don't get too excited about this product because if you're in America, you're probably not going to get to try it. If you want to try it, you got to go live in the South, the extreme South. Because this is for extreme people. You have to live in New Zealand or Australia.
Oi.
Those are the only two countries that are making this available. Elliot, you were just right there. You could have brought some back.
Yeah, I could have picked it, but I lost it already.
We're fucking extreme up here. We're sure that you can probably make some friends down in the comments below. We have some New Zealand and Australian viewers.
We got quite a few.
And, just pay them to ship it and import it into the land of the free.
And you can ship them some M-rated games.
Yeah. That's probably against the law. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah, so also in news, earlier this week we found at least one person that could probably use some help cleaning up. Twitch streamer Jägermeister, not to be confused with the tasty beverage. Mr. Jägermeister here suddenly and shockingly revealed to his stream that he hadn't cleaned his room in 14 fucking years. To say it was a mess is obviously, certainly an understatement, but at the very least, showing off his filthy room covered in just mountains of trash that you can smell just through the screen. That inspired him to finally attempt to clean it up in front of a constantly growing live audience that was morbidly curious about this disaster that he had slowly built around himself.
Yeah, so this is why you need Xbox trash bags.
Yeah, the
whole cleaning kit.
His room is, I don't get it.
You can't. It's like hoarding. You can't move around in there. I don't know. According to him, he moved into his place around 2005 and just never cleaned it up, and even indicated that some parts of the room were covered in trash that was about 2 meters deep, which also included 2 trash bags filled with urine. Now, to be fair, it's actually kind of sad. The streamer himself admits that he might have some kind of mental disorder, but he also blamed it on a hardcore World of Warcraft addiction, which will probably only get worse because WoW Classic is being released in a few months. Though it is good to see that his viewers gave him some motivation to finally clean it up, and hopefully he takes better care of himself and his surroundings moving forward. That's the thing. You just gotta start. And then it's obviously way easier to keep up the clean room once it's clean. The problem is when you let it go so bad that you just stop caring.
I mean, this is the cleaning, great step. It sounds like he might be in need of a more thorough lifestyle adjustment, because this doesn't just happen.
Mm-hmm. Well, it took 14 years.
Terrible.
It's
terrible.
It's time to alter your perception though, Elliot, with a great news story out of Oakland, California.
Oh. So yeah, if you're looking to potentially improve your life through the use of psychedelics, good news for you, you fucking hippie. Because on Wednesday of this week, Oakland, California became the second city in the US to essentially legalize shrooms, aka psilocybin mushrooms. Mm-hmm. They've joined Denver, who did the same thing earlier this year. Pretty recently, actually. Yeah. It should be obvious that the beneficial effects of psychedelics, just like the effects of cannabis, vary from person to person. and that bad trips are definitely a thing.
Yeah.
As with weed, if you're ingesting it, don't get ahead of yourself. Give yourself like 2 to 3 hours before you can gauge what you've done to yourself.
Baby steps, as you would say, and then crank it up. But it's also about set and setting with people that you enjoy the company of.
That too.
Or if you're alone, a nice place that isn't probably a dark bedroom or something like that.
Yeah, but
it
hey,
helps.
at the very least, you won't have to worry about ending up in jail for eating some mushrooms, because according to the city of Oakland, the vote makes the investigation and arrest of adults who grow, possess, use, or distribute these psychedelics one of the lowest priorities for police. No city funds can be used to enforce laws criminalizing the substances, and the Alameda County District Attorney would stop prosecuting people who have been apprehended for use or possession.
Also, this extends to peyote.
I wouldn't even know like where to get that.
Well,
is that like a common street drug these days?
I am not sure, but I assume that at some point their medical dispensaries might start carrying it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I recently looked into home-growing shrooms, because there's like the legal loophole around it is the chemical psilocybin is what's illegal.
Yeah.
But you can sell everything needed to make the mushrooms grow the psilocybin completely legally, as long as you don't advertise it that way. And I was like, yeah, this might be fun. It's apparently a huge pain in the ass. Like growing funguses is super difficult.
It's like fucking growing anything.
It's like brewing beer. It's like just anything, any slight contamination fucks the whole thing
Well, it's like
up.
growing actual good quality weed. You can't just throw some seeds on the ground and hope for the best.
Well, weed, no matter, you can.
It'll grow, but
It'll grow and it'll get you high, but like mushrooms literally will not sprout. Like psychedelic mushrooms will not even happen.
You live in Florida and you go out to a cow field after a rainstorm.
That's the easy way, is just go anywhere the cows live.
We're not telling you to do this,
moist.
by the way.
Yeah,
you should absolutely never listen to anything we say. But
anywhere with humidity and cows, there are psychedelic mushrooms growing all over the place. They are growing in piles of shit, to be clear.
Yeah.
You're gonna wanna rinse them off a bit. But
anyways, let's stop this drug
life
talk,
hacks.
because moving on, if you're in the Boston area and you want to witness the absolute lamest thing possible, head on down to the Straight Pride Parade, coming soon.
That's right, I'm straight as hell.
What are you gonna do about it?
What are you gonna do about it?
Absolutely nothing. Nobody's been doing anything about it for a long time. You've never been oppressed. You can apparently in August, you'll be able to head down to the local Straight Pride Parade, and that's coming from a group who calls themselves Super Happy Fun America.
Yeah, they've had some previous names though that explain better what they're all about.
Yeah. We won't get into that, but doesn't seem like the best group of people.
Nah,
Anyways,
probably not.
In a post from the group's leader, he states that they've, quote, filed a discrimination complaint, and it appears the city of Boston understands they would lose in litigation. The city is now working with us on the parade. We will have the streets closed and be allowed floats and vehicles. If you would like to come as an individual, march as a group, or bring a float or vehicle, then get in touch. This is our chance to have a patriotic parade in Boston as we celebrate straight pride.
They're gonna pass out flyers that are like supposed to be shaped like a bicep. They're like, yeah, there's the forearm, there's the bicep, but it's just gonna look like dicks.
Yeah, exactly.
Like those flyers that Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia handed out.
Dick and balls.
Yeah.
Also, like good parades in general, pretty gay.
You want the gayest possible person
That's
running
the thing.
parades.
When straight people make parades, it's just like fire trucks honking their horns and people driving slowly around in circles on motorcycles.
It's fun if you're a kid.
Sure. But
especially if Santa's on the fire truck.
Yeah.
Throwing out candy.
Yeah.
That's the best day of the year when you're like 6.
But the gays, they know how to party.
Yeah, this is kind of their realm of expertise.
Yeah. So the city of Boston, though, they disagree with the statement posted by this man from Super Happy Fun Times, or whatever the fuck his group's called. They say that they have not approved any permits for the parade.
Well,
literally raining on their straight parade. Sad.
So we're not sure if this is going to happen in either an official or unofficial capacity. Seems like it won't. But if it does, it should be pretty funny to see a bunch of pathetic people marching for no reason other than making themselves look stupid while being openly mocked, considering their way of life has literally never been marginalized or seen as a criminal act. The entire point of LGBTQ pride events and parades is to show that people have been ostracized, mocked, or made to feel ashamed.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's the opposite of shame? Pride. Oh, I see. Yeah, experience the feeling of not being scared of who you
experience
are.
the loving support of a community that embraces you and hopefully changes for the better nation and worldwide.
You don't need a straight pride parade because at no point in history anywhere in the fucking world has a straight person been discriminated against or made to feel less than for their sexuality.
Anyways, here's one last thing for you today. We're sure that you're all aware that the Trump family recently visited London. They spent some real quality time with the royal
John
family.
Goodman movie, King Ralph?
Yeah.
It's so funny. You can put a tuxedo on anyone, and even with the tuxedo, you're like, you don't really fit in here, do you?
There was lots of memes on Twitter of him looking like the
conductor
from Looney Tunes. Anyways, during all of this, President Trump had a meeting with Prince Charles regarding climate change, and that was supposed to only last 15 minutes. It ended up lasting an hour and a half, which is 75 minutes longer than it was supposed to, as the Prince of Wales tried, seemingly in vain, to explain the dangers of climate change and how the US could potentially be doing a better job to help. It seemed like Trump enjoyed his time, allowed the prince to explain himself, which is nice. But
did you ever hear about how I used to brag on Howard Stern about how I totally could have banged your now dead ex-wife?
Oh my God, I forgot about that. That must have been awkward.
Yeah.
Well, let's just let Trump explain himself and explain the meeting in his own words. This is from an interview that he did with Good Morning Britain with Piers Morgan. Ugh. But these are quotes. This is exactly what he said.
All right, I'm gonna try to read this. He is really into climate change, and I think that's great. What he really wants and what he really feels warmly about is the future. He wants to make sure future generations have climate that is good climate, as opposed to a disaster. And I agree. I did say, well, the United States right now has among the cleanest climates there are based on all statistics. And it's even getting better because I agree with that. We want the best water, the cleanest water. It's crystal clean, has to be crystal clean clear.
Whew, you did good so far.
He continued, and again, direct quote here. So I'm gonna read it exactly as it came out of his mouth. China, India, Russia, many other nations, they have not very good air, not very good water, and the sense of pollution. If you go to certain cities, you can't even breathe. And now that air is going up, what? Now that air is going up, they don't do the responsibility. Oh my God.
They don't do the responsibility, folks. You know, we love not wanting to contribute in a meaningful way and instead blaming other countries as an excuse, don't we, folks? We love it. We love it.
We love it.
You love to see it. Hey.
And also, right before we filmed this, I read that in another meeting, he hopped over to Ireland, met with their Taoiseach, which is their prime minister, basically, and started talking about like borders, and he compared the Northern Ireland, Republic of Ireland border to the US-Mexico border, insinuating that once this Brexit deal's over, they're probably gonna wanna build a wall, just like we all wanna build a wall, right?
Hey.
So if the troubles start again, and it's all Donald Trump's fault, well, there you go.
Anyways, by the way, we started doing a weekly exclusive podcast for our YouTube members and Patreon supporters, and this week we ended the episode by asking for questions and topics from all of you. If you'd like to access these podcasts, or ask a question, or bring up a topic you'd like us to talk about, click the join button below the video to become a YouTube member, or head over to the Patreon page and pick a tier that works for you. If you don't want to, hey, that's completely fine.
No pressure.
We just appreciate you watching our videos.
Soft sell.
And there's more free videos to watch here. It's just one exclusive thing a week. It's not that big of a deal, guys. It's fine. If you want it, you can go check it out. If not, free videos. We have a brand new episode of Tech News Day about the new hot mode of transportation that's gonna take the tech world by storm.
Yeah, and you're gonna need it because you spent all your car money on that new Mac Pro.
And we also have a new episode of Weekly Weird News about Freedom Gas. But it got totally screwed over by the huge Google outage that happened just hours after we uploaded it.
They also demonetized it like right after it went up, and I have no idea why.
Yeah, it's very strange. Anyways, you can support the show by simply watching those videos and telling a friend to subscribe to the channel so we can continue to grow.
Yeah.
Because we're obviously not getting put in recommended.
Yeah.
So it's up to you to recommend us.
And if enough of you show up, maybe we can have a parade.
We really need to buy an air conditioner, as you can maybe see.
Yeah, that's our next expense.
All right, well, we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.